The viral young parents hosted 3 of the reality star siblings on their unplanned podcast this year, as TikTok stars Matt and Abby Howard document their experiences as young parents online. They are continuously assessing and reassessing how they want their 2 sons to take part in it all. And as the couple has found their footing, they've outsourced input from people who famously grew up in front of a camera, like the Duggar family siblings. Matt and Abby have welcomed several of the 19 Kids and Counting alumni on their unplanned podcast. Jill, Jinger, and Jinger Duggar have all individually appeared on episodes of the Howard series to discuss their childhoods as young reality TV stars. They're all such nice people, Matt tells PUPL of the Duggars in an exclusive interview. That's given us a lot of insight into that world as well, just getting to learn from them because they were on TV their whole childhood. In January, Matt and Abby hosted a particularly candid conversation with Jill and her husband Jinger Duggar about how their family's presence in front of a camera commanded the rest of their lives. Jinger recalled how some of their earliest days as a couple came with conditions about becoming fodder for TV. He had to adjust to film crews regularly tagging along, but Jill was extremely accustomed to the constant taping. That's just kind of the way our life was. It was just very much understood for me, Jill explained on the podcast. With the filming side of things and it being very much reality show, it's your life to some degree, but it's not very realistic in other aspects. When Jinger and her husband Austin Forsyth were guests on the Unplanned podcast in October, she opened up about navigating a difficult postpartum period amid hard family trials following the birth of their 3rd child, Gunnar. Jinger told Matt and Abby the changes in her hormones were super hard to handle, and at the same time, I felt like my family was just falling apart. The disgraced reality star was initially arrested on April 29, 2021, and previously molested multiple young girls, including sisters Jill and Jessa Duggar Seawald, as a teenager. During their conversation, Matt asked about what it was like to endure family conflict when everything is just on blast. It seems like every media outlet wants to make a story about it. They want to monetize, get the clicks. Austin shared how they try not to limit how much exposure they have to outside commentary, and Matt noted, "I don't think many people understand what it's like to have your personal life on display for literally everyone to see." Abby tells people that conversations with guests like the Duggars almost act as case studies on what it's like to grow up with a global audience. All of their stories function to help her and Matt make decisions about their own son's exposure, like when they chose to stop showing their faces in videos. "We're comfortable with where we're at right now, but that's something that we're always redressing to be the best parents possible," Abby reflects. Also just taking into mind the type of kids we have, because we're learning more and more about them every day as they're developing. We're still more than a week away from Thanksgiving, but Jinger Duggar isn't wasting any time when it comes to celebrating the holiday season. In a new Instagram post, Jinger revealed that she put her Christmas tree up earlier than usual this year, showing off part of her brand new home in the process. It's gorgeous. In the snap, we can see her daughter dancing in front of the Christmas tree in what appears to be the family's living room, with Christmas throw pillows added to the couch and a chair. "We typically wait until after Thanksgiving to decorate. This year was a bit different. We couldn't wait. The Christmas trees are up, and we're loving it," Jinger wrote in her caption. "Since we are hosting Thanksgiving this year, we're holding off on decorating the kitchen and dining room until later." Jinger and Jeremy sold their previous Los Angeles area home over the summer, moving into a $1.9 million Tudor-style home. Realtor.com reported that their new dig span 4,696 square feet and include 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Not too shabby. Because Jinger lives across the country from the rest of her family, who are in Arkansas, and now that Jenna has moved, Nebraska. If any of the Duggars want to join her, they'll have to hop on a plane. That hasn't been a problem in the past though, especially for her mom, Michelle, and sisters Joy-Anna, Jessa, and Jonah, who have made it out to see her pretty regularly over the last few years. Last year, Jinger and Jeremy shared a series of videos on Instagram from their YouTube vlog, talking about all of their holiday favorites. At the time, Jinger shared that she loves Home Alone, Christmas with the Cranks, and Elf, and even brought Christmas gifts to all of her neighbors to help brighten their holiday. Now that they're expecting their third child in March 2025, they're going to have 3 little ones excited about the holiday, including older daughters Felicity and Evangeline. Here's hoping they're soaking up all the fun of their last Christmas as a family of 4. The Duggars may once again be in trouble with the law. According to In Touch Weekly, via online records obtained by the tabloid, the infamous family's large compound in Arkansas was raided by police at 8:26 a.m. on Sunday, June 25. Sources have simply told this outlet that the property was visited as part of a follow-up investigation, providing no further details or answers at this time. But speculation is already running rampant across the internet. In November 2019, federal agents raided the used car lot at which Josh Duggar worked. They proceeded to recover his hard drive and other pieces of evidence eventually used against the father of 7 to convict him on child pornography possession charges. Duggar is now serving over 12 years behind bars. Considering this case is seemingly closed and that the crime took place away from the Duggar household itself, we doubt the latest raid is connected to Josh's devious act, but we can't say for certain. Elsewhere, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's daughter, Jinger Duggar, was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor after an alleged incident took place in September 2021. After pleading guilty to this charge, Jinger broke her silence on the situation by releasing a statement that read back then as follows: "I prefer a more private life, but I know my last name means that everything we do is open to public criticism and interest, especially during this time. The raw facts: I was babysitting a few months ago when one of the children wandered outside alone. A passerby who saw the child called the police. This resulted in a written citation, as well as a follow-up with child welfare, who concluded that it was an accident and the child was unharmed. They recognized it was a case of a child slipping out of the house when you turn your back for a moment. The Duggars in general, and Jim Bob and Michelle in particular, have been under fire of late because Amazon recently came out with a documentary that delved into the ways in which they've raised their children. To be specific, this limited series chronicles the Institute in the Basic Life Principles, a radical religious organization that is most responsible for the very conservative values Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar instilled upon their 19 kids over the years. Jill Duggar, her husband Derek, and Amy Duggar are all featured on air in the special. They each give scathing interviews, said the parents of 19 shortly after this program went viral. The recent documentary that talks about our family is sad because in it we see the media and those with ill intentions hurting people we love. Like other families, ours too has experienced the joys and heartbreaks of life, just in a very public format. This documentary paints so much and so many in a derogatory and sensationalized way, because sadly that's the direction of entertainment these days. Clearly taking a shot their daughter and niece for their respective roles in the documentary, Jim Bob and Michelle added, "We have always believed that the best chance to repair damaged relationships, or to reconcile differences, is through love in a private setting. We love every member of our family, and will continue to do all we can to have a good relationship with each one." The spouses ended with a message on their faith, concluding, "Through both the triumphs and the trials we have clung to our faith all the more and discovered that through the love and grace of Jesus, we find strength, comfort, and purpose."